When I first announced that I was doing this month of videos, posting a video every single day in the month of September, I got a message from someone saying I would mess up the YouTube algorithm, that it wasn't healthy for me to be posting a video every single day in the month of September, that it would mess up all the numbers, that I wouldn't actually get views. So then I started thinking about schedules versus non-schedules, because up until recently, I never had a schedule. I just uploaded whenever I felt like it. What does this have to do with the YouTube algorithm? I'll get to that in a minute. Most YouTubers fall into two categories. They either post on a schedule or they do not. There are even a lot of YouTubers that post every single day. Every single day. Only a crazy person would do that. But there are pros and cons with posting on a schedule and not posting on a schedule. Pro, viewers get used to your schedule and they know when to expect content in case the sub box is broken, which isn't actually a real thing, but I'll get to that in a second. Con, you may upload a lot of content that your audience just really doesn't care for. Pro, it forces creativity. I cannot tell you how many times I've sat down and thought, how do I make XYZ interesting? And then I create a video that I otherwise wouldn't have. Con, if you feel forced to make a video and the creativity is lacking, you could end up psyching yourself out. Pro, it forces time management. You have a deadline to meet instead of trying to make everything perfect. Plus, if you have a job, you know what you're doing on your time off. But as with having a schedule, there are pros and cons to not having a schedule. Pro, you are not stifled by guidelines and deadlines. Con, it's hard to find a groove if you upload just whenever. Pro, you upload whenever creativity strikes. Con, if viewers see a lack of content, then they may unsubscribe. Pro, you have time to tweak content until you feel that it's perfect. If you decide to have a schedule or upload whenever you feel like it, a key component to keep in mind is the YouTube algorithm. The YouTube algorithm decides how relevant you are based on how much content you upload and how many of your subscribers and viewers tune in to watch. It also keeps track of how long into the video each person watches, the viewer retention rate. So if you really want to help your favorite YouTubers out, let the videos play until the near end, even if your favorite YouTuber isn't me. I mean, really, you can mute it, I won't be offended, but then it'll probably look like this. Talk, 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 talk. But really, that's why I try to add a little something humorous to the end of the outro scene, so people will habitually watch until the end. So if most of your subscribers are consuming your content and your viewer retention rate is really good, then YouTube will put your content right up there. And you get a view, and you get a view. Everybody gets views. However, if you have huge gaps between uploads, or if you upload way too much for most of your audience to care, that's when it becomes sticky with the YouTube algorithm. Or if people subscribe to, I don't know, let's say me, for Doctor Who videos, they aren't even watching this video. They're waiting until I put out the next Doctor Who video. So a lot of them aren't even seeing when I upload a new video. Some of the times it doesn't even show up in their sub box because YouTube thinks that they don't care. They're telling YouTube that they don't care about all my other content, so why would YouTube shove it in front of their face even though they signed up to be a subscriber? But because I'm sort of edging into MatPat's theory about the YouTube algorithm and YouTube sub boxes not being broken, I'm just gonna end the video here and put a link down below to his video, which you should definitely go watch because it's very interesting and educational when it comes to YouTube numbers. So my question to you is, do you like channels with schedules? Something like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, some sort of constructed schedule that you can follow along? Or do you feel that people are more creative when they get to take their time and tweak things and put a lot of time and effort into something and then put it online? Which one do you rather? Let me know what you guys think about YouTubers having schedules or not having schedules. In the months coming up to WhatTravisTember, I was doing pretty well with a Monday, Wednesday, Saturday schedule. I did that for a good couple months, up until the few weeks before WhatTravisTember, because I knew that I was doing this and I didn't want to completely burn myself out. So then after this little marathon is over, I'll probably take a bit of a break and then go back to some sort of schedule. But as always, my name is Travis. Thank you for listening to what I have to say, and you will see me tomorrow. And really, that's why I try to add a little something to the end of the credits. And really, that's why I sometimes add a little... But really, that's why I try to add a little something humorous to the end of the... that's why I try to add a little something humorous to the end of the outro scene to make people habitually watch until the end. I'm out of breath.